Welcome back to the Everton series, guys. We are a handful, 4 in fact, games away from the January transfer window. Now, it's a transfer window. I don't really know what to do in. I have a substantial amount of money available to me, that being £70 million, probably more once you factor in the fact that there's a lot of money in the wage budget there. Probably up it to about £75 million with... well, potentially some players to sell on the transfer list. Yannick Bolasie's contract actually expires at the end of the season, so he's probably not going to get sold because someone will just hire him for free. James is back in the starting lineup. As things stand right now, after that wonder goal a couple of episodes ago, I had a change of heart and I'm going to throw him back into the starting spot at Cam, and Alex Iwobi will drop to the bench for the time being. The starting 11 looks outrageous, so I don't really know where to improve on that front. There's been some call actually in the comments section to maybe change Mason Holgate to a right back so that he then becomes the backup to John Joe Kenny, meaning that Michael Keane can stay at the club and be my backup centre back alongside Ben Godfrey, who will continue on as the backup centre back to Gabama and Zakaria. So. And then obviously Montiel will continue on at left back. So I genuinely don't know what to do. The starting 11 can't really be improved upon, other than replacing players that are already... like we have depth already at the club in numbers and in decent quality in most areas. Alex Iwobi's 84, Ismail Assar is 84, Holgate's 83. He can play centre back or right back. Montiel's only 81, but with his pace, well, all of his physical stats, basically, he's going to play much above that. So I don't see any point replacing him at this stage. Perhaps we do. Perhaps we sell Montiel on and bring in a higher rated wing back. Oh, I just don't know. I really need your feedback in the comment section. I want to keep Tom Davies, and I know Andre Gomes is popular with the Everton fans, but maybe he's one that leaves and we buy another centre mid. Alan is 89 rated now at still 30 years of age, so he's continuing to grow. And I've got a number of kids that I can't seem to move on. Bernard is certainly one player I would like to move on and replace. So maybe I spend that money. Maybe I spend that money on a backup winger, or even just a high-rated winger, someone that is perhaps challenging for a first-team spot with Richarlison and with Wilfred Zaha. I'll add Bernard to the transfer list. He needs to go anyways, 29, 77 rated. We're not really going to use him, and I will need a replacement for him in the squad, so to speak, or for the rotation 11. So I do need a winger then. I do need a winger, but outside of that, dunno, mate. Dunno. Romero is expiring. He only signed a 1-year deal. His contract's expiring at the end of the season, and it won't let me offer him a new deal because I've obviously only offered him a deal this season. So unless I can offer him a deal between the end of January and the start of next season, we're going to lose him. So I'm going to need another goalkeeper as well. To be fair, we only really signed him to meet the board recommendation or objective expectation of signing a veteran player. And unfortunately, it bugged and it didn't register it anyway. So I don't really want Romero. And with young players in the youth system still, we don't really need Romero. Moise Keane is still a player I'd like to keep at the club and continue to play. I'm at a loss. It's very rare that I don't really know where I want to improve the team, but because everyone in the starting 11 is so good, and a couple of my options in key areas are so good, don't know what to do. I would sell Michael Keane, but there seems to be plenty of support for him in the comments section, and the request to one of the requests to move Mason Holgate to a right back and use him as backup for John Joe Kenny so that Michael Keane can play in the 11 alongside Ben Godfrey did get some decent support with regards thumbs up, etc. from a number of you guys in the comments section. So it is something I'm open to doing, but I really need a lot of your feedback in the comments section down below today, because I can't record tomorrow's episode until I've had it, and I need a lot of it. So do please let me know in the comments section what you think I should do in this window with that sizable budget that we currently have. We've Brentford twice today. We'll play the away one, we'll sim the home one, and I'll also play Newcastle and Arsenal today. And after, well, a frustrating episode yesterday where we really didn't quite get the results that we would have wanted, only 1 win from 3 in the Premier League and no other points in those other 2 games as well, with Southampton getting a 3-2 victory against us. I really want to have an episode like November rather than the first half of December today, targeting A, redemption against Arsenal, and B, probably 9 points from the other 3 games as well, to boost ourselves back up towards those top 4 spots. We're only 3 points outside the top 4, so certainly this month alone, or the remainder of this month alone, we could get ourselves back into that top 4. But I'd like to do it relatively comfortably, so we'll start with a game against Brentford away from home. They're 14th, actually having a decent season, the best season of the 3 that got promoted last year. I need to put in the performances, and I also need a hell of a lot of help with you guys in the comment section, so please don't be shy. Let me know your feedback on the series all told. Is there something that I do that you would prefer I didn't, or you prefer I did differently? Is there something that I don't do that you think that I should? Let me know your feedback on the series. I'm always open to taking on board your responses to the save, and if there's something that would, in your eyes, improve the save, then do let me know. And if you see something that you agree with in the comment section, then do hit that thumbs up button on the comments so that, you know, the most popular rise to the top, and I can continue to improve the content. We've had a great start to FIFA 21, but that doesn't mean that there's no room for improvement. I know there is always room for improvement in any walk of life and in any job, any vocation, so let me know. How can I improve? What would you like to see? But for now, let's jump into this game against Brentford. Thumbs up, of course, as ever, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hopefully we can start well on the field. I need wins, and I need a lot of them today. Right, Brentford, David Raya in goal. Dalsgaard, Charlie Good, Ethan Pinnock and Rico Henry at left back. Josh De Silva, Christian Nørgaard and Diego Fagundes. Brian Mbuemo, Ivan Toney and Saeed Benrahma. Obviously is a West Ham player now in real life. He's their top goal scorer. He's on the little shortlist that you see on the main menu for the top goal scorers in the league. He has 8 this season, so certainly their danger man. But our very own Dominic Calvert-Lewin has 14 for the season. So, well, everybody is a danger man in my front 3 for this team. And certainly James Rodriguez is proving to be still a decent danger man for us in that cam role as well. Hoping to get more out of him today if we can. More from the entire squad, really. I should perhaps rotate my team a bit more than I do. Although because my first 11 is so strong, I tend to try and... well, I just kind of want to play with them all the time, rather understandably. We'll see what we can do in this game, though, against Brentford. We could be off to a good start here if I can find the right pass at the end of this. And Zaha is round the corner. We have found the right pass, and we have ourselves a 1-0 lead. What a start at Griffin Park. Everton 1, Brentford 0. Here's De Silva. Brentford yet really to get anywhere near my box in the opening 20 minutes. But now I've said that, that probably means that they'll go and score on this attack. Here's Pinnock. Forward to De Silva. Here's Nørgaard. Into Ivan Toney, former Peterborough United man. John Joe Kenny doing just enough to hold offside Benrahma there. Good defending from John Joe, who's grown up to 84 rated now this season. So certainly will be, at least initially, before I get your feedback to this video, I'm planning on keeping him as my starting right back. Lovely ball through the gap to John Joe Kenny there from Richarlison. I'll just try and lift this towards Zaha at the back post. Oh, and it very nearly, in comical fashion, ended up in the back of the net. We'll have a corner. And Mbuemo, man, finally getting it behind the line. Calvert-Lewin win the header, and powerfully so too. He scored in similar fashion for Liverpool, against Liverpool for Everton in the weekend just gone in that controversial derby, and he's scored a great header for us here too. Dominic Calvert-Lewin keeps his record up. I believe he's scored in every single episode so far in this save, which is pretty remarkable, to be fair. And another one to his tally here. He's 15th, I think, of the Premier League season so far. He's 17th of the Premier League season so far. I was wrong. I thought he'd scored 14. He'd scored 16. Now it's 17. Fagundes. Forward to Ivan Toney. That's a lovely ball out to Saeed Benrahma. Brings it down nicely with his head. Under control in his feet. But John Joe Kenny steps in nicely. Just lay that nicely. Oh, this is a good move. James is there again. James could be in. He's so slow, but so far he's quick enough to get away. And that left foot, you always have confidence in. 3 for Everton, 1 for James as well. Worthy of that starting spot still, it seems. This is going as we hoped, as expected. and we have ourselves a comfortable lead. Now, let's not do a Tottenham, shall we? Let's keep this 3-0 lead. Sorry, Spurs fans. Here's Ivan Toney. Across to Fagundes. Things don't get easier for Brentford as they've got Liverpool away next. And they've taken a big old battering from us here in this one so far. We are the sort of team that should be doing this to opposition, particularly opposition of this nature. You would expect us to get a result this solid. Oh, it's going to be harsh if we bury that, which Richarlison certainly has not done, and hacked it wide of the target. Awful attempted finish from Richarlison there. Ivan Toney's going off for them now as he's just not had a good game. Resorting to an alternative up top at striker now, Brentford. Who is it that's... Well, I've had 5 shots on target. They've had 0 so far. That tells you why they haven't threatened. And unfortunately, I'm not going to find out who it is that they brought on. So let's have a quick look at the player ratings. We can see who it is. It's Dervishoglu. I don't know who that is. If you guys do, let me know in the comments section. I have no idea. Dervishoglu is not a name that I recognise. Hopefully, it's not a name that I'll learn to fear come the end of this fixture. But Brentford could be in here. Fagundes over the top, looking for Benrahma. I think he was offside. Regardless, he was. I was going to say regardless of whether he was or not. He couldn't even keep the ball in play in the first place, so it doesn't matter. We do clear it away. Oh, Richarlison caught on it, but Rico Henry can't keep his feet. And, oh, that was a goal-saving interception because Zaha was gone. Away and gone. And Dervishoglu playing well since coming on, but just... haven't had that final product so far, Brentford, and I don't think they're going to even get themselves a consolation goal here, especially if their passing is that bad. Richarlison's the man that's looking to get in behind now. Rico Henry is certainly a player that has the pace to deal with Richarlison, though, as he has done there. Right, 15 minutes to go. Still 3-0. We haven't really threatened too much at the beginning of this. I say at the beginning, we're almost 3/4 of the way through now, and we are actually probably about to score another. Okay, we have threatened now in this second half because we've scored a 4th. Game over. Fosu keeps it in. Well done. Nørgaard to De Silva. Dervishoglu. De Silva's there again. Little ball roll. Works the space well. Is he going to get a shot away? I went to Brown there with Alan. He does get a shot away, and he buries it in the bottom corner. Fair enough. It is, yes, Derek Ray. It certainly is purely consolation. It was good footwork, actually, to get away from Alan there. It's almost as if he knew the challenge was coming. And he's buried it really nicely. Josh De Silva with his 3rd goal of this Premier League season for Brentford. Their 1st of this game. But I have a feeling it will be their only of this game. And they ain't getting any points. Fagundes with the ping. Out to Pinnock. And there's the final whistle. A pretty straightforward game to start. If the simmed home game goes that well, we're very, very happy indeed. Up next, midweek, was Newcastle before we play Brentford again. And then, of course, it's Arsenal after that. Part 1 of 4 completes with a big green tick. Let's move on to part 2. It's just occurred to me that I forgot to show you the team lineup on the way in. So let me show you that now. They've got Martin Dubravka in goal, Yedlin, Mustafi, Cher, Yeray and Matt Ritchie as the back 5. Sanson and Almiron holding, although I think Almiron and João Moutinho are supposed to be the other way around. Alan Saint-Maximin out on the left with Yusuf Poulsen at striker. New striking signing for them, of course. Very capable player. Scored a banging goal in real life last weekend. Van Basten-esque. I don't know whether you saw a replay of it on social media at all or anywhere of the like over the course of the last couple of days, but he was incredible in that game with an absolutely unreal finish for Leipzig, who obviously are missing Timo Werner now. But for the time being, he's playing in a Newcastle shirt here, and we'll have to try and keep him quiet. They're 10th in the league, Newcastle. Our win against Brentford put us 5th. We're now one step closer to the top 4 again. We just need to take that next step. And if we can get a victory here, we should be well on the way to taking that next step. If not, already up into the top 4 and then looking to consolidate there with the next game against Brentford. I'll lift this looking for Zaha. Find him before he drifts offside. Lift it into the middle where... Oh, Ismail Assar could have found it. Wouldn't quite fall for James. Win that, please. Jonjo Kenny does well. Andre Gomez into Fabian. Zaha's going to tuck central. Oh, and I should have played the extra pass to Calvert-Lewin. Well, not Calvert-Lewin. It was James. I saw the 9 and thought it was Calvert-Lewin. It wasn't. Unfortunately, no goal for us yet here, but certainly putting in the pressure onto the back line for Newcastle. As we mentioned, and as you've seen from this highlight, a number of changed players in for this game. Mason Holgate, Montiel, Andre Gomez, Ismail Assar, etc. With the game against Brentford coming just 3 days after this, I felt the need to rotate slightly just to get some more players involved and keep fitness at a decent level for that next game, rather than having everybody be tired. Fabian will actually use Montiel first, driving forward really well from left back. Now, can we find a teammate? That's the question. Yes is the answer, not the orthodox way to go about it. Ismail Assar could lay that in front of Fabian, who with a bit of space could have had a shot on goal. Did, but that space disappeared, and Saint-Maximin's done enough defensively there for Newcastle. We shall stay at 0-0 after half an hour. Housen to Almiron. Oh, that's a nice through ball, and Saint-Maximin's in here. Oh, Gomez, well, wins the ball. Saint-Maximin threw himself to the ground, trying to, I don't know whether in an attempt to con the referee, maybe. We've seen similar things happen in FIFA 21 so far this year with regards to penalties given. So I did hold my breath slightly there. James has made a great run, and Ismail Assar actually will probably use Dominic Calvert-Lewin here. And if I could have gotten past Mustafi to have a shot on that newly 4-star weak foot, we could have been in to take the lead here. Oh, Saint-Maximin is certainly always a tricky customer, but Zakaria does enough. And we'll try and go for a counter-attack of our own. Ismail Assar, actually, Calvert-Lewin is in behind here, but goes down under a solid enough challenge from Fabian Schär. Did well to get the ball there, and Saint-Maximin turns away from me. We might have a Newcastle chance before the end of the half. If not, then a stern game of defensive football from both teams to deny either the chance to go in front, which is exactly the way it's turned out. Sanson. There's not much between either side so far. We've actually been better in possession in this game than I normally am, but anyway, I thought I was going to get a tackle in there. Pickford saves my bacon. Yusuf Poulsen will kick himself for not burying that. That is a gilt-edged opportunity. You don't get that much space in a Premier League box that far out from goal very often at all as a striker, and he needs to turn that home. That could be Newcastle's best opportunity to try and get a goal in this game. Done and dusted. Ryan Fraser has come on for João Moutinho, so they do now have a winger out in that wide right role. A very capable winger too. Calvert-Lewin trying to get involved defensively here, with players back from that Newcastle corner. Yusuf Poulsen, Mustafi still forward from the set piece. Sanson has the option here, and Saint-Maximin does get the goal for Newcastle. They do lead here at Goodison Park. And we have a real uphill task to get a win from this one now, with just 25 minutes or so remaining. Fraser drops the shoulder, finds Miguel Almiron. Sanson, I thought I was going to be able to intercept that. Yusuf Poulsen. I tried to play him offside there, Ryan Fraser, and it has worked, thankfully. I don't know whether to make a change, you know. We do have the game coming up against Brentford that I want to sim with a relatively strong side, but I mean, everyone seems to be maintaining their stamina here. We will throw Alex Iwobi on, and maybe he can make the difference in the final 17 minutes or so. Some changes centrally with Allen coming on as well. Hopefully, will be enough to spark a revival here against Newcastle. We did so well against Brentford. To not continue that on in this game is particularly frustrating. Sarr. Iwobi's made a good run. Iwobi's made a great run. Alex Iwobi was millimetres away from firing his shot towards goal. Great defending from Yerai. Newcastle continue to stand firm in front of goal. In front of their own goal, that is. Fabian has won that back. Can we please get there first? Thank you. Allen, forward to Iwobi. The two substitutes link up. Come on. Come on. Looking for Ismail Assar with the through ball. He's in. He rides the challenge. He needs support. He did have it, but with two defenders in close proximity, I can't beat them both. Less than 10 minutes to go now, and I still need at least one. If not two, but definitely I want at least one. Don't lose out there, John Joe Kenny, thank you. Saint-Maximin has raced past the defender and turned well too, and has found a great through ball. Poulsen was onside. Big save from Jordan Pickford with his feet. It's now or never, really. Come on, Ismail, make me the run, make me the run. Good lad, down the line. Ismail Assar in behind with the pace. Will turn inside. He's got support. Allen is there. Allen off the bench. Shot blocked. It's not going to be. We're going to lose at home to Newcastle here. I'm pretty certain of that now. I can't believe it. Oh, man. It was a game that certainly could have been won and arguably should have been won. Allen off the bench picks up a yellow card. He could have picked up a goal as well. Frustrated that we weren't able to get an equaliser there in the last few minutes, and unfortunately Newcastle will probably just wind down the clock here. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat at home against Newcastle United. Really frustrating after the win against Brentford. The good win against Brentford too. We must win that interactive match sim coming up next against the Bees. And then, I mean, I wanted to beat Arsenal anyway because they beat me yesterday, but I absolutely must beat Arsenal now. 1-0 defeat at home against Newcastle is not acceptable. Brentford next. The league is so tight from third down that defeat to Newcastle actually has let them get above us in the league. But we're still only 4 points off third. Wolves are still going phenomenally well up in second. 5 points clear of Manchester United and Arsenal. And they look good so far this season for a Champions League spot. Chelsea only 9th. Leeds, Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton the bottom 3 now. Brentford 15th. And as we head into this next one, I certainly hope that our position will improve again. The board's still unhappy with me for the time being. Fabian is up to 86 rated now. I've just noticed that. Zaha down to 86. He was 87. Some fluctuation in overall for a couple of our players. Alan went up to 89 between the last episode and this one. This should be a straightforward game. It was when we played it. Let's see if it is when we sim it. Counter-attack is on here. Richarlison looking to get in behind. He does have support. Allen is there. Calvert-Lewin's in behind. Calvert-Lewin squares it. A simple sweat. And we have ourselves an early 1-0 lead. Slightly later, I think, than the goal in the first game. We did go up 1-0 early doors in that one too. But I think that came inside 10 minutes. This one just after that mark. But a great start here as we got down at Griffin Park. Let's keep it going. I'd love another 4-1. That would be great. Maybe even a 4-0. It might be 1. No, Pickford's intercepted. Calvert-Lewin. Zaha on the break. He's got options inside. There's James. James to Calvert-Lewin. He's got to bury this, surely. Richarlison does! Another assist for Calvert-Lewin. 2 goals for us now after half an hour. I thought, to be fair, DCL was going to pull the trigger himself there with that amount of space in the box. Elected to go for the extra pass from Richarlison and even more space. Buries it to make it 2. In the box here. Given away. Brentford uninspiring in defeat, as they were in the game at their end. It's a simple, comfortable victory for us. Chelsea win, Newcastle win, Liverpool win against Arsenal. So we will actually close the gap on Arsenal. But that gap extended. Youth player unsettled. Who is that? Jasper Bradley. Oh, we've had an offer for Bernard. Outside of the window, 11.1. Okay, let's negotiate that then. Maybe we can get a little bit more, and you guys will know exactly how much money you have to spend in the January transfer window before we even get there. That would be great. Player sale just before, potentially. Let's propose a new transfer fee. I'm not interested in anyone that they have to potentially... There we go. I'm quite happy with that. To potentially use as a player swap. 13 million for a player that's valued at 10 and he's 29 years of age and declining in rating. Is pretty good. Right, Jasper Bradley, wasn't it, that wanted to come up from the youth team? Let's go and call him up so we don't lose him. Where are you? Jasper Bradley. He's the young 17-year-old goalkeeper. 86 to 92 potential. 71 reflexes. It's his best stat. Positioning is 49 and terrible. Ugh. That needs to grow and sharpish if he's to stand any chance of being involved in my squad at all. But he wants to be promoted, so I will promote him. And we'll head now into that game against Arsenal. And hopefully, in fact, we could, if... Oh, another youth player unsettled. Who is it this time? Sebastian Goodman. And another transfer bid for Bernard. Oh my god, it's all kicking off right at the end of the episode here. Let's have a look. That bid from Eintracht Frankfurt. I might try and get a little bit more out of Frankfurt then, although you would imagine of the two, Borussia Mönchengladbach would have the larger budget. They are... at least in my mind, the bigger side of the two. Although Frankfurt have had a couple of good seasons recently. I'll try for 14.5. And if I can at least match the 13 that they said previously. Okay, Frankfurt. Thank you very much indeed. Well, dear Bernard, go to Frankfurt, please, if you don't mind. We've got a little bit more money out of them. Right, who was... Oh, I can't remember. It was Sebastian something, wasn't it? Sebastian Goodman, was it? Was he the other goalkeeper? No, he's the centre-back. 85 to 91 potential for him. Physicals look very good already. Just need to continue to train those technicals. He's up 3 ratings so far this season. Hopefully that continues as well. I asked in the last episode, or it might be in the episode before last actually, about the next series being either one of the Milan sides, probably Inter Milan, or Sevilla. Main consensus was not to do Inter Milan because of some of the lack of licensing in Serie A and the lack of a second division in Italy now as well. I am contemplating doing a youth-only series. Would you be interested in that? I might mention that towards the earlier stages of a video in the next few days, but it's something I'm considering. Because of the strength of the youth system this year. Can we recover and make the Champions League? Absolutely. We know we're underperforming, but we're not that far away. Let's hope that we've learnt from our mistakes from that last defeat against Newcastle and the defeat against Arsenal as well, and be confident in this next game, because confidence counts. We had it against Brentford on 2 occasions. We didn't have it against Newcastle, but playing against another team in red and white, let's get a bloody victory and let's go and win this game. Leno in goal for Arsenal, Cedric, Gabriel, David Luiz, Saliba and Juan Bernat as a back 5. Willock in the starting lineup alongside Charles Aranguiz. Florian Thauvin, the man that came off the bench to score both goals against us last time, on the right-hand side. Deza on the left, I've no idea how to pronounce that. And Oswald Donato starting up top through the middle. Valverde not in the 11 on this occasion. Let's see what we can do at the Emirates. They beat me on my turf. I'd love to return the favour. Here's Joe Willock. Nicely intercepted by Fabian. Very nicely intercepted by Fabian. Fell rather kindly for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but now Richarlison has the option to play in Allen and go again. And we could start brilliantly here and have done. What a start at the Emirates. Exactly what we needed. Not been getting as many goals as he started the season with Richarlison, but coming up with another big one here. Really good move, actually. Great movement from him and terrible defending from their number 4. Ball watching, followed the ball, didn't think about the man, left Richarlison all on his own, and given that much time and space, he's always going to bury it, especially at 88 rated. Even at 81 rated, where he started the save, he probably would have finished that. His 8th goal of the Premier League, still actually having a decent goal-scoring season, Richarlison. An 8th goal in the 9th minute for, fingers crossed, 3 points, but there's a long way to go. Alan actually won't use James there, we'll use Fabian. Zaha, quick 1-2 maybe, that worked really well. And then James to be played in, get it on your left. Oh no, I've gone for a shot. I've gone for a not first time, but a shot after he's taken that first touch to try and finesse it into the top corner. And he's gone for a stand tackle instead. That's annoying. James on a yellow card early doors. It could have been 2-0. It rather dramatically isn't. Win that header. It might yet be 2-0. We think that past the defender. Oh, yes, we can. It is to be 2-0 because I've faith in Dominic Calvert-Lewin's finishing ability. Another goal for big DCL. His knees are going to be worn out even more so. That was really nice. Don't think the defender expected it. David Luiz done, all ends up. And Calvert-Lewin does make it 2-0. It's just that James has a yellow card as well. Wolves go 1-0 up against Tottenham. Adama Traore gives them a 1-0 lead. Wolves, whilst they probably aren't going to catch Liverpool, are really going ham for that Champions League spot. And to be fair, look very good for it too. I can't remember the result when we played Wolves earlier in the season. Was it a draw? I think it might have been a draw, wasn't it? Or was it at the beginning of... No, actually, I think it was that episode where we had 3 league games and 2 Europa League games where I wanted 5 wins and I didn't get them because we drew with Linzer. But I think we might have beaten Wolves, actually. That's probably going to be a goal for Arsenal. You could just tell when that was in the air that Oswald Donato was going to bury that, and he has done. Arsenal fighting back again. Thankfully, this time, we have ourselves a 2-goal margin. So that's not an equaliser. It's just 1 back, unlike previously. It was 2-1 to the away side at Goodison Park. It's 2-1 to the away side at the Emirates, although still a good 55 minutes left to be played. Zaha to James. Just trying to shake the defender off, and Calvert-Lewin is in here. Or try and bend it from the edge of the box before he gets out-muscled was the plan. He's got the shot off before he got out-muscled, but I don't quite think that's a bent finesse shot, do you? He smashed that. right into the stand. That was an awful finish from a player that won last year's Golden Boot and looks favourite to win it again this year. 19 goals in the Premier League season so far for Dominic Calvert-Lewin in this, what I believe is actually the 20th game. Can he bend this one? He can, but Bernd Leno can stop him. We might yet be able to score with his head, though. Pretty good in the air. Oh, James was underneath that. It'll fall to Calvert-Lewin. Get the shot off early, Zakaria. Blocked by David Luiz, and still we have the chance before the half-time whistle with another corner. James up again. Oswald Donato underneath this one. I wanted to play that back to the man that took the corner, but he would have been offside. Still 2-1 up at half-time. So we'll get forward. Arsenal dropping quite deep here. I don't know whether they're trying to just kind of hold me out for a time being and maybe try and catch me on the counter. Win that header, please. Not sure who won that, but it fell thankfully to a Everton defender. That was just them saying that Wolves have taken a 2-1 lead against Tottenham. Tottenham fought back, but oh, that's a lovely ball. Please volley that. Oh, that's a naughty finish. I want him to sweep it with his left foot, as you would expect he would do there. That's a cheeky finish from James Rodriguez with the outside of his right foot. I want to see that again. I pressed LT to try and get him to volley that, and you would expect him to just sweep it with his left foot and volley it with his stronger foot, but that's outrageous. It caught me out, and it's obviously caught Bernd Leno out as well. He didn't expect that, nor did I, the man that told him to do it. And we have ourselves a 3-1 lead. That should be game over now. It's a brilliant run by James Rodriguez. His 11th goal of this Premier League season, certainly making up for his lack of first-team football last year because of that lengthy injury. Oh, that was a hell of a goal. It might not be as spectacular as his wonder goal a couple of episodes ago, but it's perfectly executed. A cute little finish with the outside of his right foot. We have ourselves 2-goal advantage back again. Banat into Aranguiz, out to Nicola Pepe, who's come off the bench here for Arsenal. We'll see if he can turn something around for them. It was a winger substitute that scored 2 goals from them off the bench last time. Nicola Pepe not looking like he's going to do the same, though, and we should keep possession now until the final whistle. Richarlison across here. To be fair, we could double up and get Zaha in behind here if we can get Cedric on the back foot, which we have done. But actually, having Cedric on the back foot has opened up space for Moise Keane somehow. And across here is Richarlison, and he won't have a simpler finish all season. It's another one for Richarlison. It's another one for Everton. And we've got the same scoreline here against Arsenal as we did against Brentford. I hope that we get a decent result against another team in red and white. Apparently, I just can't play against teams in black and white, unfortunately, in today's episode. Although, to be fair, they played in their changed strip, didn't they? But we're going to get a big victory here away from home at the Emirates, and that's exactly what we needed to reignite our season. I would have loved some more points in the game against Newcastle, but it wasn't to be, but not to worry. 3 wins from 4 games is fine. We could have perhaps expected to lose against Arsenal after the way that it went last time. Manchester United win. Spurs lose against Wolves. It was 2-1 in the end, so Wolves continue their hunt. I don't really know as you'd say continue their hunt for the title, but stranger things have happened. With Bristol City in the FA Cup, we'll sim that. Newcastle again, so maybe payback against them in tomorrow's episode. Tottenham, Leicester and Liverpool, so it's actually a big month, January. And of course, I need your guys' feedback to let me know what to do with regards to the transfer window. We'll have a look and see how the league table sits then as we end the episode. We're back in 5th and a point behind Manchester United, 3 points behind Manchester City. And Wolves are still only 2 points off top. Are we about to see a Leicester City style story? Wolverhampton Wanderers challenging for the Premier League title. Who'd have thunk it? We'll stay 5th for now though, but with Spurs to play tomorrow. And 10th place Newcastle as well, who are only 2 points behind. We're only 2 points above 10th. How tight can it be for those Champions League spots? Not much tighter is the answer. That's where we'll end today's episode though. Please let me know in the comment section all of your feedback about transfer windows, about things that you might like to see in the save, and with regards the content in general. Always open to feedback, positive feedback or constructive criticism, not just your videos are shit, Ches. I've had that a couple of times. It doesn't really help. What do you want to see? Tell me. For now, though, that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support. I will see you for a stream later this afternoon, and also for a video tomorrow in the transfer window that I can't record until you've left me your feedback. Let me know. I'll see you later.